in the scorched sands of ancient Egypt, long before pyramids became postcards. There was a family feud so brutal, so cosmic in scale, it ripped the divine world apart. This wasn't just a spat between siblings. It was murder, mutilation, and the birth of an afterlife. And at the center of it all, two gods, Osiris and Set. One stood for life, order, and renewal. The other, chaos incarnate. Osiris was beloved, not just by mortals, but by the gods. He ruled with fairness and brought civilization to Egypt, agriculture, law, and community. He was everything the ideal king should be. But his brother, Set wasn't interested in crops or justice. He was the god of storms, deserts, and violence, and he was seething with jealousy. Set didn't just want the throne. He wanted Osiris erased, not overthrown, obliterated, and so he plotted. The story goes that Set hosted a lavish banquet for the gods. He presented a beautiful ornate coffin, a sarcophagus crafted to fit one body perfectly. Set declared that whoever fit inside it could keep it. One by one, the gods tried. It didn't fit any of them, until Osiris stepped in. As soon as he lay down, Set slammed the lid shut, sealed it with molten lead, and tossed it into the Nile. Just like that, Osiris was gone. Egypt plunged into mourning. But Set wasn't done. When the coffin drifted ashore in Byblos, Isis, Osiris's devoted wife and goddess of magic, tracked it down. She brought it back to Egypt, hiding it in the marshes. But Set found it, tore Osiris's body into 14 pieces, and scattered them across the land. This wasn't just murder. It was cosmic desecration. The body of a god was not merely flesh. It was divine order itself. Destroying it meant unraveling part of the universe. Isis, undeterred, began the impossible. She journeyed across Egypt, collecting the pieces of her husband's body. With the help of her sister Nephthys and the jackal-headed god Anubis, she reassembled Osiris, all except one part, his phallus, which was lost to the Nile. Still, through magic and mourning, Isis resurrected him long enough to conceive a son, Horus. This son wasn't just a child. He was a living legacy, a divine rebuttal to Set's violence. Horus was born to restore order, but not before Osiris had to depart. He could not return to the world of the living. Instead, he became ruler of the underworld, Duat, where he would judge the souls of the dead. Years passed. Horus grew. Raised by Isis in secrecy, trained by divine forces, he became a warrior, sharp, noble, and burning with purpose. When he came of age, he challenged Set for the throne of Egypt. What followed was a mythic war that shook the heavens. Battles raged for decades. Gods took sides. The land itself trembled. Some of the contests were martial, strength, speed, combat. Others were strange, even absurd. At one point, they raced boats made of stone. In another, Set tried to trick Horus into submission through humiliation and manipulation. Egyptian mythology, after all, is never afraid of getting weird. Eventually, the gods grew tired. The violence had torn the cosmos. A tribunal of divine beings was called, and in that court, Horus was declared the rightful king. Set's punishment varied depending on the telling: banishment to the desert, humiliation, or service aboard Ra's sun bark, defending it from the chaos serpent Apep. But this story isn't just mythology. It's the spine of Egyptian royal ideology. The myth of Osiris, Set, and Horus explained kingship, succession, justice, and cosmic balance. Every new pharaoh wasn't just a political leader. He was Horus reincarnate, repeating this mythic triumph. And Set? Set wasn't a villain you could just erase. The Egyptians understood that chaos was part of life, necessary, dangerous, but not evil for evil's sake. Set represented destruction, unpredictability, and change. The harsh winds of the desert, the foreign invaders, and the storms that tore through the Nile. He was a god you didn't worship so much as you kept in check. That duality, Horus and Set, order and chaos, was not a clash of good and evil. It was balance. Just as night needs day, so too did Egypt need its storms, its darkness. Even the gods acknowledged that. Anubis, the loyal embalmer, helped maintain the cycle. Isis, the grieving queen and master of magic, embodied maternal strength and divine resilience. Together they ensured that death wasn't the end. It was a doorway. And Osiris, once shattered, now ruled the realm beyond. This myth is more than divine drama. It's a cosmic blueprint. It tells us that life is messy. Justice doesn't come easily. Sometimes your enemies are family. But even in betrayal, resurrection is possible. Even in death, legacy lives on. The pieces of Osiris were scattered, but from them, Egypt was reassembled. In the silence of Egyptian tombs, where prayers echo across millennia, Osiris sits on his throne of judgment. Anubis watches, the heart is weighed, and somewhere, in the desert wind that howls at night, Set still lurks. If you found this story gripping, subscribe to Dark Age Mythology, where ancient legends live again. Because in mythology, even the gods are mortal, and stories never truly die.